Hi everyone, welcome to this video, and today we're going to talk about sampling. Okay, so I'm choosing my input from the touch right there, these two. You can choose stereo or mono, okay, and you also have the option there to input mono, and you also have the option for resampling. If you have an MPC Touch or RAN or the Studio, you go into the preferences and you can choose the audio interface that you have. Now right here, you also have the option to add an effect to the input. This will make your sound be recorded with the effect. Okay, so if you put any effect onto this, it will be on the sound once you record it. Here you have the monitor. Okay, if it's off, you won't be able to listen to the sound. If it's on, you'll be able to listen to the sound, and I'll just play you something. Okay, you can hear it now. And if I turn it off, you're not being able to hear it. So this right here is the threshold. And you can tell it on which volume you want it to be. And that's used for when you put it into record mode, it says waiting for signal. Once the volume passes the threshold, it will start the recording automatically. Okay, then you have to stop. If you put the threshold all the way up, you can arm the track. I'll play the sound. But it won't start because it doesn't pass the threshold. Only when the level passes the threshold, the recording begins. Again, if you want to stop the recording, you're going to have to press on the stop. This is the window that you see most of the times after you record a sample. It will tell you if you want to name the sample, if you want to put it into a program. You're not able to create a program from here on the sample mode. Okay, if you want to put the sample onto a program, you choose the program, you tap on the pad that you want to use. It tells you right there what the pad is. If you know the root node of the sample, you should type that in as well, and then you just press on keep. Okay, going into the main window, we have the sample right there. Okay, now let's get back again into the sampler. If you want to record something, you can press on the arm, wait for the signal to come through, or you can start the recording yourself. So the recording has begun. And now one of the options that you have is the slice. Okay, the sound is recording. You have some slices there. You can input slices at any time just by pressing that. We can name the sample. Let's just go ahead and name it for the sake of it. So this is the first sample that we did. Okay, do it. Do we want to put it to a program? We can either say, yeah, we want to put this sound into a program, or we can say no. I'm going to choose no for now. Let's go and press keep. Okay. Let's go into the main menu, sample edit. Sample edit is where all the samples go to. Each time you record a sample onto the MPC, it will be on the sample edit pool. This is where all the samples are. And you will be able to see all the samples from this drop down menu, or you can just scroll down and you'll find your sample. Now number one, that's the sample that we created. And if you have a look, you'll see slices there. And you see all the slices that we created just by pressing on the slice button. This was the first slice that we did. It was recording and nothing was coming through. So that's all that space right there. Now we can go through here and select a slice, or we can tap on trim again, and it will show us all the slices, and they will even appear here on the pads as well. So that's the first one. And if you want to edit the slices, I'm not going to get into the editing bit just now. I'll leave that on the next video. But if you do want to edit that, you can zoom in, and then you can edit the start and end points at any time of all the slices. Now, you can then put this into a new program, okay? But I'm going to get into that on another video. We're just covering how to sample onto the MPC. Now let's go into the next one, slice. This is the slice mode, and it's called the lazy chop mode. Basically, because you can just tap on a pad, and once you tap on a pad, it creates a slice. You can just tap on this one. It will create samples for you. You can just be tapping on the same one all the time, or just be tapping on this one. It doesn't matter. Basically, it sequentially creates new slices once you tap a pad. It also starts the recording. So once you tap on the pad, the recording will begin. And again, it will only stop once you press the stop button. Let's play the sound. Stop that. And again, it gives us the option. Do you want to edit the name? Yeah, let's go for 3 this time. Actually, it's number 2. So let's do it. And it asks us straight away, because we've created several slices here, it's going to ask us if we want to put this into a program with non-destructive or with pad parameters, or you can even choose no program at all. Now, what happens if you choose a program? It will create a program for you automatically, obviously, and it will lay out all the pads straight for you. But you can say, look, I don't want to create a program with this. If you don't, then you can keep it as well. So let's keep that. Let's go into the menu. Let's go to the sample. We'll edit again. And there we have it. Let's zoom out. Okay. You have all the slices right there. And you see that it doesn't actually start right at the beginning. So you're going to have to edit that again. So zoom it in. And that's it. So it created the slices for you on that recording, but it didn't create a program. One of the things is that you might not want to create a full program with all these. You might just want to use one of the slices and put it onto another program. That way, you don't need to create a whole program when you record a sample. You can just go here to the shift, convert, and assign slice to a pad. What you can do also here, it's actually bounce it straight to a program. Let's have a look at that. Now, I've created, and if you notice, whilst I was cutting the slices, it jumped from bank to bank automatically. Okay, so you don't need to worry about changing the banks. Okay, so we're now going to create a program with pad parameters. So let's go ahead and create that. Okay, and let's go to the main, choose the program. There it is. This is the third CH. You've just created a program with that as well, okay? And that's the slice mode. Okay, now let's go into the pad tab. One thing you need to know about the pad tab is that the program that's on the main window will be overwritten once you start using pad tab. Pad tab, it doesn't offer you the option to put it into a program. Pad tab, once you create a sample, what happens is it won't offer you a program to put the sample into a program or into a pad. It straight puts the sample that you just created just by tapping. It puts it straight onto the program that's on the main window and on the track that's selected. So if you don't want to overwrite any samples that are already there on your pads, you should create a drum program first. So go ahead and create that. So I'm just going to call it tap. Now that we have a new drum program, we can go ahead and go to the sampler. And the way the pad tap works is that you tap on it once, the recording starts. Same thing as the slice, but then if you tap on the pad again, it stops the slice. And then you can create a new one. Stop it. But the recording is still going. If you tap on that one, same thing. Different from the slice is that you can tap any pad. You can actually select a pad on bank A. Say you want to sample to that one. Boom, it's right there. Say you want to sample to pad B. I want it to go right there on pad B. That's where I want the sample to go to. So, and then you stop it. Now let's see what happened with that recording. Let's go to the menu here. Let's go to the sample edit. Let's go to the last recording that we did. This is the recording number 7. Now we don't see the slices here because I normally, and I have my MPC set to have pad parameters set as the default for my MPC. So I go to the program. You can see all my slices that are right here. So this is my slice right there. If I go to bank A, you see my slice right there. But you see the slices. This is the full sample. And these are my slices. So this one is set there. The one I put on bank P is set right there. I had some on bank C as well. So these are the first ones I created. So this is the first one, second one, third one. And that's pad parameters. Let's go back here into the sampler again. So the pad hold is exactly the same as the pad tap. But instead of tapping it, you press, and when you release the slice, it's created. Okay, created a slice. Again, the sample is still going. Creating another slice. Release it. Sample is still going. You want to stop that. It doesn't offer you the option to put the slices into any program. Again, because it goes to the program that's selected on the main window, on the main screen. And it's right there. These two that we just tapped on, we can go to the to the sample edit, and we can see the 2 slices right there. And at any time, you can just select a slice and assign it to any program you have available on the MPC. One of the things about pad tap and the pad hold, both of them, once you create the pad tap and the pad hold, what happens automatically is that it takes you to a mute group. So if you go to the menu and you go to the program edit, just select these. Let's go here to the modulation, and you'll see up there that it creates a mute group automatically. In my opinion, you should have an option to actually decide whether you want the samples to go into a mute group or not go into the mute group. I would prefer my samples not to go into a mute group. I think that you should have that option right there. For example, let's have a look at this pad right there. It has no mute group. If you go here to the sampler and if you choose to select pad hold, okay, so let's stop that. Let's go into the program again, and there you have it, 32. Same thing happens if you go here to pad tap. Okay, stop that. Let's go to the program, and that pad is set to 32. just so you are aware of that, because these pads will mute each other once you record into them. Okay guys, thank you for watching. If you have questions, go ahead and leave them on the comments below, and I'll try to get to the questions. Maybe give me some ideas to create some more videos. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next video.